Hey everybody, welcome to AJS News. This is video 2 of 2 for today.
But first, a new word from our sponsors. Hey guys, here to tell you about our wonderful sponsors again, Surfshark. Joe, why did we choose Surfshark of all the VPNs out there?
Because it's the best one. You get one, you can share with your family, unlimited devices.
Come on,
It's a
what's
win.
better than sharing with your friends and family? And Alex, why would you need Surfshark?
Well, because places like Netflix don't let you share with friends and the family, so it's more important than ever to get the most out of those subscription services, unlock those libraries, stop the geo-blocking.
And that's if you even stick with Netflix. So if you stick with Netflix, make sure you're accessing all of their content, guys. And you deserve it. Plus, internet security and protection. If you use our code at surfshark.deals/AngryJoeShow, you get 83% off a 2-year plan plus 3 extra free months, guys. It is a deal. We love Surfshark. We've done the research for you. Check them out if you need a VPN. And I hope you guys enjoy the video. Thank you to Surfshark. Click those links down below. Angry Joe Show update. We're working on a Forspoken Angry review that should be coming out hopefully Tuesday night, Wednesday at the latest. We're continuing to work through Hogwarts. Follow us at twitch.tv/Angry Joe Show for that. Also hoping to sneak in Dead Space and some more top lists for you at the end of the year, or for the beginning of this year. For last year, tons and tons of content on the way. So thank you for backing the show and supporting the show while YouTube does all this new Quaker implementations of no cursing. So
No naughty language at all times.
no naughtiness at
anything.
any time. Anyways, guys, so stay tuned for that and more coming up. And thank you so much for watching. So what, Alex, has happened over the past week besides the Super Bowl that was fucking awesome for all Cowboys fans that were made fun of by the fucking Eagle fans, the most annoying fans in the world, and now they're sitting at home without no Super Bowl.
Look, at least Dak got to go to a Super Bowl, probably for the only time in his life. It was wonderful.
Oh, did he go there?
Yeah, he was,
Okay,
because he was Walter
he
Payton
was-
Man of the Year,
Yeah.
so he got to show up.
Oh,
And it- yeah, this is wonderful.
That's nice. We got burned right there.
Yeah,
Alec did a
yeah.
nice burn right there.
Yeah.
You're right.
he
He's
got
probably
booed.
not going to be in a Super Bowl. They're going to be the closest he's going to get. Because he's so inconsistent. But I hated that it ended on a shitty call.
Yeah.
That fucking holding call wasn't really a holding. But you know what? The Chiefs would have won anyway, in my opinion. But anyways, so that's that. What else is going on in gaming?
A Square Enix developer may have slipped up and unofficially announced a Final Fantasy Tactics remaster. Now, this is something that we kind of talked about a while back. There was some leaks over at Square Enix where they said these are projects. Someone had found some information and posted online, and one of the things was a Final Fantasy Tactics remaster. To me, absolute slam dunk. It was a huge fan favorite, something I loved playing.
Yeah,
And-
that could be me and Joe's entry into the Tactics, because obviously, we went into Final Fantasy fandom, or at least nostalgic fandom, through the remake on 7.
good.
And I'm looking forward to the sequel whenever that thing is coming. But I personally love the XCOM and the strategy type game. So this game seems like it'd be perfect for me. And we're talking, upper echelon, good game territory if they do the remake right. So I'm especially excited if that is true.
Yeah, what he let slip was he was asked about the getting some information from the tactics team, and he's like, no, the tactics team is incredibly busy at the moment, alluding to all the, and it's everyone's like, immediately everyone on the internet is Final Fantasy Tactics Remaster confirmed, and I mean it makes sense, right? If Square is constantly losing money on all the garbage that they're making, this is a slam dunk for them. It absolutely should be something they're working on. So I'm very
Let's hope
excited.
so.
I'm very excited for that one. We also got some information from Fat Shark this week, the makers of Darktide. Darktide came out. People were more or less happy with the game, but knew it needed some more information, more work, more systems in place, and then really got no updates. Like, we were expecting
went
quick,
silent.
quick updates. I mean, they're not necessarily silent, but we were expecting things to get fixed faster than they were. Really, not a whole lot has changed. So they gave us some information this week on what they're outlining to do. They're going to be changing the stores and where you can buy weapons with in-game currency, making things a little less grindy. So they're just trying to make it so people can come back into the game while they continue to work on a crafting system. What they were originally going to do was release a crafting system, and right before launch they said, this isn't good enough for our game, and so they got rid of it. Well, the problem is they left this gaping hole in the gameplay loop that is still not filled, and so they're going to work on that still, but they're trying to fix some of the other systems. So I'm glad that they're being more open about it, but it's not quite enough. Like, I think that we definitely need more information, because the game's been out long enough. We should have got major updates.
Yeah, I agree.
So Division 2, they put out an update, and the update was so broken that it broke the game's updater, and the game can't be updated until they completely rebuild the updater. So
Damn.
That's what happens when you taper down your teams, and because I'm sure they're running on a skeleton crew, because I don't think Division 2 is right now is the hottest game community out there, or at least generating tons and tons of new content. I've already moved on from Division, just like we moved on from Destiny 2. But they're both live service games, and it's always funny when somebody puts an update and it breaks the whole game. So that's unfortunate.
Yeah, so they said is this past Saturday that in the process of creating the update, which will resolve one of the issues that they're trying to resolve, we encountered an error that brought down the build generation system for the Division 2. As a result, we cannot update the game until the system has been completely rebuilt, and they've taken several days to kind of work on it. They said that they're close. They've got some of the critical systems for the updater back. And then, of course, all of the articles I read about this is, tech people dunking on them. It's like, you learned a hard lesson today that we all learned many years ago. This is the kind of thing you need redundant systems for. Completely unacceptable. So
Yes.
But you're probably right. They probably don't have a lot of people working on it. They've got an average player count around 2,500 people, which is respectable.
More than I thought.
Yeah, which
More
is
than I thought.
respectable,
All right.
but it's still much lower than probably where they want it
Got
to
to
be.
put
Yeah,
their
for
best people. Maybe they do not have their best people.
No, they're working on something else.
Yeah,
Division Trace.
Division 3. Yeah.
Oh no, please.
No.
I'm sorry, but I have to give everyone updates on the saga of Bobby Kotick at Microsoft, Activision, Blizzard.
can make more
But
money?
I'll be real quick.
More Activision Microsoft bullshit.
Yes,
God
all sorts of
damn
stuff.
it.
Okay, so Bobby Kotick this week, the evil CEO that has the
Lot of money.
Russian nesting yachts and all those other things. He was just all over TV this week, saying that they wanted. The UK Prime Minister said that they wanted the UK to be the Silicon Valley of Europe, and Bobby Kotick gets on TV and says, you're going to be the Death Valley of Europe if you keep trying to cancel our deal, because the UK agencies are trying to shut down the deal.
I'll tell all my CEO friends never to do business with you. You'll never get another job in Europe again.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like Bobby.
Yeah, he also said that
Villainous.
What an asshole.
Sony's currently not returning their calls. Apparently, he's been trying to get a hold of people at Sony, and they're just like, "No, we're not talking to you."
That's funny.
Oh,
They're
my-
like, no, don't do it. We're gonna do it anyway, but we need your permission. No, I'm not gonna answer the phone. Ding dong. Sony, I know you're home. I know you're in there. We need a response. I don't know. I wonder if there's a legal basis that if Sony doesn't fucking respond to them, that they're like, okay, well, then you forfeit your complaints or whatever. Doesn't work like that, though. They'll probably just try to sue.
Yeah, Sony's not happy because Microsoft has demanded information be brought to the case, including executive performance reviews and random shit that everyone's like, this is just harassment. This has nothing to do with you buying that company. You don't get to see our performance reviews, but Microsoft keeps doing that because now it's just like these two people that hate each other just bickering, and it's kind of ridiculous.
Just doing petty shit.
The UK watchdog, the regulators said that it actually may come down to breaking up Activision Blizzard for them to actually get approval. And saying that you would either be you separate Call of Duty, you separate maybe King, or the last option was to prohibit the merger. So there's all sorts of things that these regulators are now wanting to see, and it's actually starting to look like. I mean, I was at the beginning of this whole thing saying this is going to happen. It's looking like it may not happen now. And so it's kind of interesting. Like this whole the regulators don't seem to understand. And one thing that Bobby Kotick said is like Call of Duty isn't super special. It's a war game. Anyone can make a war game exactly like this. If you want your own Call of Duty, go make your own Call of Duty.
Crossfire.
Yeah.
Oh,
Learn from their mistakes.
Yeah. But not that one.
not that one.
Not that one. No one wanted that one. So it's now looking like where things are up in the air, and it may not happen. So that was the quick update on
right.
on that.
Yeah, no problem.
Production has now begun on EA's single-player Iron Man game. This is
Okay. The last Iron Man game was
Was it
fucking
VR?
awful. There was a VR one. This is not that.
yeah. This is being made by Motive, so it's not the team that did.
I
Dead
cannot
Space.
believe at this point we have more Iron Man games than we have Superman games. God damn it, man. So we're gonna have more motherfucking Guardians of the Galaxy games than we have Superman games. We're gonna have more. Who's an obscure ass motherfucking character?
Do we have Ant-Man?
Ant-Man.
Is there any
Ant-Man
Ant-Man
is
games?
gonna have more games than Superman by the time the goddamn Superman game comes out.
But according to Motive, they have an amazing team that's working on the Iron Man game, and this is what they said. EA described it as a third-person action-adventure with an original narrative that taps into the rich history of Iron Man, channeling the complexity, charisma, and creative genius of Tony Stark, and enabling players to feel like what it is to truly play as Iron Man. So,
Is it an RPG or it sounds like
Action-adventure.
action-adventure?
action-adventure,
Okay.
yeah.
Could be good. They didn't say open world, like probably structured missions with small levels.
I don't know. I mean, it didn't mention anything here. I know it's in early development because they are currently right now hiring people that are typically hired at the early process.
Curious to see the appearance and the voice acting. Hopefully, it's better than the Avenger one.
Oh, where it feels, yeah.
Yeah, because it's gonna probably be a big
Tony
part.
Stark,
Starch.
Tony Stark.
Antonio.
It's the same guy from the Marvel Avengers version. Yeah, we would be
Yeah.
less excited if it was the Marvel Avengers guy or the Midnight Suns guy. We're talking about versions of Tony.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta get. You want the game to do well. You go tap into get actual. What's his name?
Oh, Robert Downey Jr.?
Yeah, Robert Downey Jr. Forgot his name for a moment. There's rumors that maybe he might be coming back to the role. And you want that game to do gangbusters, then you get back with him and get him to voice it,
Be pricey.
or get his or at
Very
least get his
pricey.
likeness and then get a sound alike.
Yeah.
EA is also apparently working. Of course, we know that they're working on football, but international
Football.
football, FIFA games. But it's good. They're not going to have FIFA anymore. Remember, FIFA wanted $1 billion
For
to
their
just to use their name for a 4-year period of time.
Just the name.
And then EA said, fuck off, we'll find someone else. So we know that EA is making their own EA FC, but they're also reportedly seeking a £488 million deal with the Premier League. And so the agreement would see 20 UK teams appear in EA Sports FC for 6 years, just to make sure that they've got the name recognition that, and then this guarantees people in the markets in Europe that that spend the most amount of money to buy their games. So.
Yeah. That makes so much dirty money, though.
Oh, I mean,
It's so stupid.
they make filthy money, and this seems like a good deal for all the parties involved because £500 million over a 6-year deal seems fine, unless they're already working on with someone else. Right now, FIFA has not announced who their partners are going to be moving forward because FIFA has announced previously that they want to continue to make FIFA games, and so we don't know who's going to be giving them $1 billion for the license for 4 years. But 2K is potentially high up on the list as someone who could come in and do that, and I don't know who else.
I don't think so. I don't think that's happening. I think that they'll just, be. I mean, Premier League. I think that's happening for sure because they're going to take a lot less
Yeah,
money
it's a lot
than $1
cheaper.
billion. It's cheap.
Yeah.
But I don't think 2K is going to waste money like that. At least in my opinion.
Well, they see the numbers. They like, oh, this is pretty profitable. Like
Yeah.
they make so much money. It's like
It
maybe
isn't-
they might come down from a
maybe.
billion.
It doesn't always have to it doesn't have to cost $1 billion. It was $1 billion with EA, knowing it was guaranteed money. Now with a new partner, they may say you give
Half
you
a million.
or a profit
half a billion.
or profit sharing. Just say we become partners in there where you don't have to pay us up front the license, but we split the revenue going forward as long as there's those nasty loot boxes that trick children into wasting their parents' money, or adults who are wasting their money that they should be spending on other things.
Yeah.
Yes.
So.
We'll see. We'll see what happens there. I don't think 2K has a soccer game.
No, they don't.
No.
But they make.
What I'm hoping is they get back into the football. You know, I need more news stories. God, when are they going to start
But even
talking
then,
about
like-
the arcade? Because remember, they got the NFL license for a more arcadey experience. I have small hopes that at least we'll have something to look forward to besides
But I'm still worried though, because like they have great animations and all that stuff, but if they're gonna implement the same thing from basketball, they put VC points.
Yeah, I know you're worried about VC points in the 2K
If they go
games.
to football,
There's no
it's like, oh, you
machines.
want tattoos?
Right.
Well, you gotta spend VC.
There's no doubt
or
that it's
grind.
in there.
But
There's no doubt that it's in there. If
They
it's
have
not
to.
in there,
That's
we're
what they're
gonna
gonna
fucking sing its praises
Of
from the
course.
mountaintops.
It's like,
I'm gonna
this
buy
is
2
amazing.
copies, and I'm gonna force everybody to buy copies. But I'm pretty sure they're gonna fucking put VC in their goddamn NFL arcade game or mobile games, because I think they were also working on a mobile one as well. Fuck.
Not a good day to be a sports gamer.
What I'm curious is the NCAA game that EA is working on. If they're gonna put more Ultimate Team, so Ultimate Kids, Ultimate Educators, Education System. I don't know what they're gonna do with that.
Well, we got some good news. No, that's not good news. I was trying to
No
spin
good.
it.
No
I was like,
good news.
well,
I was gonna try to spin it. It's like we got the first impressions from one of the closed betas for Skull and Bones, a game that I'm gonna be sick those 2 weeks. I don't know when it comes out because I don't care, but I'm gonna be sick. But there was a closed beta, and we got a pretty detailed.
Maybe it's not that bad, guys. We've played worse, I think.
Well, I read the report, and it seems to be that bad. So I'll give you the kind of the brief update,
Little
like
rundown.
information. So according to this playtester, the game seems to be very close to completion. Even the battle pass itself is implemented, but you start off with pretty much absolutely nothing. And so there's a lot of loading screens. You're spending a lot of time doing fetch quests on land. It's kind of boring stuff, and then you get a really basic shitty ship. And then there's really no naval combat in the beginning because you're fighting at like fishing ships, people that can't fight back or do anything. And then it's looking like you have to get. They said if you're willing to sink 30 to 50 hours into this game before it gets good, before you actually get ships for like real Black Flag
Come
Assassin's Creed
on.
naval combat. And
it's
then,
good. Hour 50.
Nah, I don't believe this shit. This is well, I mean. I just think they're being hyperbolic. It can't be that bad. 50 hours before you get your good
Get
ship.
good.
No, I don't believe this shit. Nah.
Yeah, and so it says in 6
I don't
hours I
believe
did not
every
have
fucking-
one moment that felt genuinely fun.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
So
Okay, maybe that. Oh, that's gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
Boy. Ubisoft cranking out them bangers.
yeah, I mean this actually makes sense in terms of the way that Ubisoft has handled development for the last couple of years, where the games seem really slow purposefully, and then there's a store where you can pay to speed up your progress and not do as many fetch quests and get more experience.
Buy this shit now.
And like or get more things to get ships early. And so if everything here in just the almost completed game is an incredible grind fest that isn't fun,
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know if I believe I didn't have one moment that felt fun. I mean, even sailing around can be kind of fun. But if you're not getting to the juicy good parts of the game,
Yeah.
and the game doesn't look particularly good, then
Right.
we may have a problem.
Yeah, and as you know, the fucking Warhammer Man of War Corsair game, that game starts off with a giant fucking megalodon attacking you. Like they give you all the juicy bits up front. So I'm gonna laugh so hard if it turns out that Man of War, a game that came out a long time ago, is way by an small indie team. It ends up being better than motherfucking Black Flag. They need, like I said, I haven't done any research into Black Flag lately, and I know they've had several delays. Hopefully, in those delays, they put ship-to-ship swashbuckling boarding and some mythical monsters in there. Krakens,
Low
big ass
expectations,
turtles,
but
megalodons. You do that, now we interested. Those things aren't in there.
Yeah, I don't think
It's
that's...
gonna be sailing around like this.
This is a game that's just it's a nonstop horror story where apparently there's government agreements that they can't cancel. They wanted to cancel the game, but they couldn't because they got tax breaks in
Ooh,
Singapore, and
interesting.
that team
Rumors.
was working on all
Nice.
these things,
Yeah,
and they
yeah.
wanted. This was supposed to be an expansion that they're like, hey, we can actually charge full price for this,
Wow.
which is another Ubisoft thing that they do.
Yeah.
and so
And then they tried to make it a big game,
and
but then they realized, oh shit, this
they
is not a
could.
big game.
And then so it's like they like throw it away and they come back. And so while I do hope it's good because we're gonna have to sit through and play it,
yeah.
this game scares the shit out of me. Where it's
be
like
fun.
this is gonna be boring as fuck, and I don't know.
Yeah, and coming out at a time where Ubisoft needs a hit.
Oh, really, really badly.
Yeah,
Otherwise, they're gonna
desperately.
like their stock price is gonna continue to fall, and Tencent's gonna continue to buy them up.
well,
So,
obviously this is not going to be their big banger.
Nope.
yeah,
I don't think so.
All right, you had one other one you wanted to go over, right?
Oh, yeah. So I'm working on a Forspoken angry review, and of course they announced this. Forspoken is getting a big performance update. Don't worry. The game is going to be fixed.
fixing
When
the
did fuck did
dialogue?
this shit come out? That came out already. You can't... like, we could have used this later. So there's still... for players who are still exploring Athia, why? Or those hoping to jump in the future, why? They've announced this patch to make the adventure smoother because on PC, we've run into this. There's obviously some issues and... performance issues and things like that. So they even put out an official press release. Thank you to all the players who've enjoyed Forspoken and explored Athia since launch. We've been listening to all your feedback that our game sucks and we're hard at work. No,
I was like, no way.
and are hard at work on an upcoming patch that will completely change everything. No, including improvements to overall performance, graphics, playability, and general updates and fixes to the game.
Did I get fix the dialogue?
No.
We are committed to making
Yep.
Forspoken the most enjoyable,
Ain't gonna do
cringy
shit.
dialogue possible, and will provide an
Yep.
update about the timing of when our next cringy update comes out. We appreciate your continued cringe and support of our cringe. There you go.
You cannot put videos of dialogue of Forspoken on YouTube because I mean we curse liberally, but they curse
They curse way more.
Way.
than
like
this one.
9-year-olds that just discovered the word. It's like,
That's gonna be in the review. So, all right. Well, so Forspoken is getting an update. I could have swore I also saw a news story that they were gonna rework some things. I can't find that one. I think I saw it on Twitter, but they could just be inferring from general updates portion of this performance update that they're going to change. I don't think so. It's not as if, you're going to get all the cool powers because they save a lot of the cool powers at the end of the game. It's not like they're going to move all that to the front. If they did, that definitely could help stuff, but yeah. Well, stay tuned for our review of Forspoken when I get that finished editing. And yeah, thank you all so much for watching. Thank you to our sponsor, Surfshark. Click those links down below in order to support our show and yourself. And we will see you guys on the next Angry Joe Show. Bye, guys.